Oh, there it is. Bam. There
Oh,
we go.
oh,
Ulas.
oh,
Ala chapa.
ah.
Hey! We don't need clapping.
Fuck
we don't
clapping.
need no clap. Fuck
Fuck
the clap.
clapping.
Here, welcome
Fuck
to another
clapping.
Ramble Radio, everybody.
And it's fucking video.
Eddie.
I don't know
but
why
it's
you will not
all-
accept.
Just because it's also.
You know, maybe once you get banned from social media, people will stop believing the bullshit.
Is that what's going to happen?
That's what's going to happen.
If I get banned from social
you
media,
get banned, people
disinformation
like,
ends.
yeah, all this, it's also radio. That goes away.
Oh, man. But it's not just you and I.
No.
It's Cody. There he is. Cody!
Cody!
What's up? All right, can I give you guys my hottest, I'm going to say bravest political take.
Oh boy.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm showing some big ones here, I think, personally. I think they both suck, Democrats and Republicans.
Oh, man.
How about that, huh?
Oh, you're going to get it for that.
Yeah, I don't trust either. Oh. Now's the time to shove that thought process right up a fucking asshole.
I mean, one side's actively seeking a coup.
Right. That's the big
I admit, there's flaws in both parties.
Oh, sure, but I think right now the flaws in the other one are
Yeah.
massive.
That's like you're in a bank and some guy comes in with a slingshot, the other guy has an AK-47. I'm going to direct my attention to the guy with the AK-47 and then deal with the slingshot guy later. That's how I look at it.
That's Eddie, you're talking crazy.
Let's take out the dude with the heavy artillery, and then the guy with the pea shooter we'll focus on afterwards.
See, Eddie, you're taking the easy way out. That's what you're doing, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
going to-
Just making excuses. I'm just making excuses.
Well, here we are, another Ramble Radio. Before we get going on, oh boy, it's time for more names. But we have a sponsor, everybody.
What?
Hold on.
Oh.
Business is about to pick up!
Hemp Vita's in the building. Hemp Vita sells.
Hemp Vita's in the building! Hemp Vita! Hemp Vita!
The gummies, the vape juice, the vape pods, and pet products alone.
Hemp Vita! Hemp Vita!
They use broad spectrum CBD oil and have no THC. The combustible ones, the flowers, and the pre-rolls less than 0.3%.
My God, it's Hemp Vita!
Hemp Vita will only use industrial hemp grown in the USA. It's organic, no GMOs. The CBD is legal and will not get you high.
That CBD's got a family!
All of Hemp Vita's products meet the 2018 Farm Bill, which was signed into law in December of 2018, effectively legalizing hemp at the federal level by removing it from the federal list of controlled substances and classifying it as an agricultural commodity. All that's good enough. You go to hempvita.com right now, get you some badass CBD shit. You type in Ramble as your keyword, you get 15% off. Now, if Cody's running the boards at a Monday Night Raw, and I walk out here and go, Hemp Vita, get your ass in the ring, then what happens?
Does the crowd automatically stand up, or do they start looking around like, oh, wait, we got to, all right.
They just think they dropped one of their glasses of beer. Like, oh, wait, did I just...
I didn't know they allowed glass bottles in the arena.
Well, here we are, everybody. A momentous ramble as we... Now, March Madness is going to be a big deal. Can we get some rules? I think we should, because we've gotten 2 emails so far already.
Yeah.
And people have been giving us like 40 entrants for
Jesus
how
Christ.
many should we
Well, okay,
limit it?
so what if we did this? So are we doing how many people? 32 or 64 in the tournament?
That's a good question.
64 narrowed down to 1.
64.
Because if so, we can divide it amongst us, and we can do like a draft where each of us take turns and take someone, and then we have our favorites of the people submitted, and then they vote on their favorite in the head-to-head tournament style.
I like this. I think this. So people can just submit as many as they want.
Well, I mean, try not to, so we don't have to draft between 1,000 names. But
yeah, try to maybe limit it to 5.
Here's an idea. I don't know. Since if you're doing a 64-person or 32-person bracket, and there's 4 conference or 4 what was it, East North
divisions?
Four divisions. You could have the Cody division, the Jerry division, the Eddie division, and then the Rambler division.
Oh.
and then put in our selects, and then.
Well, see,
like
I think
group
the whole thing
Ramblers
for
selects.
March was just to give the Ramblers their voice.
Okay.
You know, because they remember they kept.
How about we divide it up into locations for Ramblers? East Ramblers, West Ramblers,
Oh,
depending on where they're from.
Man,
I don't know. I'm just
I think we should divide them up by Sean's. We have the Sephora Sean. We have
some Sean division.
GameStop Sean. That's what I think. I think we should go there. Or do we have enough? We have, haven't we? Wait, we just done Skeletor, Hordak, and Dex as our band leaders so far?
Yeah.
How about we do that? How about we do the band leaders division? Skeletor, Hordak, the Skeletor division, the Hordak division, the Dex division, and then we'll add one more for before then, right?
All right.
Like this, we'll do our band leaders.
We'll have a new band leader. So Skeletor's on notice now.
He's on. He might come back, but he's on notice for now. So right now, let's just get this out of the way. Holding coming back, making the cut. We have John Madden, Orson Welles, Gerard Depardieu.
Yeah, these are what do we call these? These are
What do they call them?
What's the term? What's the term?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
I don't know if there is a term. Is there?
Legacy? Should we call them legacy?
Legacies.
Yeah,
And
legacy options.
selection.
Then, and then Cody has George Lucas. Andrea went with Steve Harvey. Eddie went with Oliver Hardy. And I went with James Earl Jones. So that's
wow.
That's a big. It's a big woof.
That's
now,
impressive.
What Ramble 167? I believe this is Cody. Who do you have? Who are you bringing? Wait, should we do the Stone Cold for before each announcement?
Yeah, I think we need to.
All right.
My God, business is about to pick up.
So look, I didn't want to overthink this.
Okay. All right.
And I have someone who I think is very, in my opinion, someone who's going to waltz in.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
And look,
Wow.
a direct correlation with someone else in the Stall of Fame already.
Okay.
So for my pick, I'm going with John Goodman.
Oh, we're gonna get the Connors in here.
Wow.
Trying to
It's
get the
happening.
Okay.
Wow, man, John Goodman. That's
a good one.
That's a good one. Eddie.
Um,
Ooh, God, I love this. This is very exciting.
This one I deliberated on for a while. I had a couple choices. I didn't know if I wanted to go athlete, actor.
Ooh.
But I narrowed it down to a couple, and then
Okay.
just this morning, it's the first name that was in my head when I woke up. Peter Falk.
Wow,
Columbo himself. I don't know if it's because I watched The Princess Bride a couple days ago. I just that continuous grunt he always has on his face that just he looks like he's continually taking a dump, no matter what he's doing. So
Wow, man.
Yeah, I think Peter Falk.
Television's Columbo. Peter. I bet John Goodman rocked some stuff.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
God damn.
Even this skinny-looking John Goodman.
I bet that's even worse.
Probably worse.
I bet it's worse.
Probably worse.
But Peter Falk is an interesting choice because you don't have the stereotypical look for our Stall of Fame.
No, I went
With
mostly
Peter Falk.
off of personality
Yeah.
and
yeah.
facial expressions.
I mean, the character alone of Columbo looks like you know what I mean? Like, not just Peter Falk, but Columbo
Right.
himself
He
looks
doesn't
like,
look like he takes care of himself
No.
dietary-wise.
No.
So I think all those things add up to a
Man.
pretty impressive dump.
I went with I don't know if this is going to waltz in. I'm not going to have Cody's confidence with this one, but I think he should. I think people really need to sit down and study this guy. And Burl Ives is my pick, the voice of Frosty the Snowman.
Wow.
Have
Okay.
a holly jolly Christmas. Just look at him.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have to look this up. Who is it? What's the name?
Burl Ives.
Burl-
It'll be an instant yes once you see him.
you just pull up Burl Ives and you tell me that.
And
guy's
you know his ass hair was as white as his chin hair.
What's it ever? You get it now? You see it now, Cody?
No, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, Burl, have a holly jolly Christmas. That guy probably, oof. I mean, huh? So there we go. What a man.
All good ones, guys.
We are making the Ramblers work. I don't know how they're just going to – this is so now joining John Madden, Orson Welles, Gerard Depardieu,
Legacy.
George Lucas.
The Legacy collection.
Then joining George Lucas, Steve Harvey, Oliver Hardy, and James Earl Jones, we have John Goodman, Peter Falk, and Burl Ives.
Wow.
Man. All right, so I think Goodman is going to be I think Cody's right on this.
It's going to be hard to keep him out.
I think it's going to be tough to keep
That's a tough
Goodman
one.
out. I think out of everybody on this list, of all of them so far, I think if I had to put money, I think he's the front.
Well, he's also got the household name recognition.
He does.
You know, people know him.
Peter Falk and Burl Ives are younger Ramblers. We lost them.
Yeah.
We lost them with those.
Just go watch Princess Bride, and if you can watch that whole movie and go, he didn't rip at least 3 room-clearing farts on that set reading that book to Fred Savage.
Come on.
Come on.
And this is a movie that has Andre the Giant in it.
Right. And I went Peter Falk.
I'm not going to assume things here, but
Okay.
But look, I mean, when we're talking about, I think there is something to be said for the household names getting in, because if you look into who got in, Meatloaf, Roseanne, Dusty Rhodes, those are, and then you see Gordon Jump get 1 vote, and you're like, well, maybe not quite the household name recognition, or Billy Barty had 3 votes, Dick Van Patten 3 votes.
I
don't know, man.
It is like Trump. It's a cult of personality.
I just think if you go too obscure, it's if you have to Google the person,
it's one extra step.
Right.
It's one extra step. You're not doing it from memory.
But to me, I mean, I'm looking at the Hall of Fame the way the NFL looks at the Hall of Fame. Or they should look at the Hall of Fame. You have to look at the decade they were performing in.
Yeah.
The time they were playing in. And
right.
to me, I don't know. I think Peter Falk or Billy Barty in his heyday in the 70s, I think he's got to be considered one of the best in the 70s. He's just not a known name, but I would put his numbers up against
just
anybody.
Like how Steve Largent was a pretty damn good wide receiver back then.
He, at one point, was the all-time NFL leading receiver.
Nowadays, that does he even make a team?
I don't think he's in the top 10, and he's probably not on a practice squad.
Right. But back then, his numbers, man. Well, I hate to do this because this has been. Well, you know what? We're gonna keep this streak going.
Oh, okay.
Cody, where can all the fine folk find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Cinesnob Cody on Twitter. Then 3 other podcasts: the Cinesnob Podcast, ReMCU, and Court and Stream.
All right, look at that good shit. Eddie, where can we find you?
5 days a week on Patreon.com, The Ralph Report, and then Tuesdays, Fridays, right here we got Ramble Radio. Wednesdays we got Ramble Proper, and then Thursdays Good Willow Hunting.
Bam.
We just did Vacation.
Next up, Uncle Buck.
Next up, Uncle Buck.
Ooh, that's gonna be. I think we're getting into we're doing Cody a solid and just leaving Cobra type movies out of this.
Thanks.
Like they might not hold up completely, Uncle Buck, but they're like, okay, this is way better.
I mean,
Cobra.
look, I think
we still have Commando on deck.
Commando's coming though, Cody.
I think on some level you want them to be good, but then we rewatch Cobra and Jerry gives it a D-. Like, come on, what are you doing
still
here?
Hurt. That knife is still in my back.
I know. Eddie was hoping.
It's not the hook.
Eddie was hoping I'd go A+ on that guy.
Got the hook in my back from
Cobra. Now again, with our trade. DeLuise is Cobra. Captain, it's an A+.
I would watch that for sure.
I mean, that is an A+.
It's also a 10-minute movie.
They don't need anything.
They don't need. It doesn't go anywhere after.
Oh, you can see me every Monday as a smug nerd on my social video with Eddie right there. All my social media with Eddie's my director. Every Thursday I put up a new video on my YouTube channel talking video games, and every night except Saturday I'm on Twitch, twitch.tv/Retro Rocha, 8:30 p.m. Pacific, playing an old game, a retro game. And every Monday I'm with Cody, Monday Night Football, either FIFA or Madden. So join in, all that good shit. So, Eddie, guess you want to...
Skeletor. Recently, you have really been on a rampage, slaughtering innocents, villages, drinking their blood and whatnot. That's got to be a little wearing, a little grating on the soul. Do you do anything to give back, charity-wise?
Look, reverse mortgages are not a bad thing. Let's get those awful thoughts out of your heads. I'm not looking to rip anyone off. And if your parents won't agree to it, I can make sure they go peacefully in their sleep. And then we can work out a whole new deal on the house. So just think about it. I think we all need peace of mind at any age. Is he going the Tom Selleck route here? What's happening?
Look,
Gonna have a...
when we had reverse mortgages, I was like, okay, this isn't so bad. I can deal with it. And then the parents, in their sleep, it just kind of ruined it all.
It does kind of ruin it. There's several booklets I have and a couple of DVDs you can watch. I'm not trying to take anyone's house. Come on. I just think in these trying times, a reverse mortgage, let your parents be happy.
I don't know if that's the sales pitch you really want to.
From him?
From him.
Oh, God. Well, there we go, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. These end on bigger downers, Cody. I have to say, when we plug.
It's a pick your poison situation.
It really is. It really is. But thank you all.
But we
for
can also.
in.
We could do this.
And look at that. We're back on top. And just like that.
Cody on the boards.
Like that, we're back on Cody at the boards. We're back on top. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We love you all. Stay safe. Have a great weekend. And we're going to see you next week right here. So have a good one, everyone. Bye.